2nd, 2021, and this is the recap show where we try to recap 4 shows in 10 minutes. Well, let me not say try. We usually get it done. So I'm joined by Kim Lantis in Hermosillo, Mexico, and
Hello.
Carlos Ponce in Cuernavaca, Mexico, and I am from Southern California. Here we go, guys. Welcome back. Let's get it, as they say. So we had 4
Hey.
shows.
Four shows. We had a full week. Yes, indeed.
Yes, we did. We had telemedicine and women's health, how to increase access with Livia Keseman of 28 Health. We had from Craigslist to Inc. 500 list, revolutionizing shipping and logistics technology with Brad Hollister and Jason Swanson of SwanLeap. And then smartphones and the consumerism of health with Chris Ellis at AudioCardio. And then finally, improving diversity and candidate experience through AI and HR tech with Ariel Lopez. All right, let's start with the first show we had on Tuesday with Livia Keseman of 28 Health. Who wants to take that?
You do, Tulio. Take
You
it
do.
away.
It's mine? All right.
You
cool.
chose it. You chose it.
So I love this show because, number one, I'm a big supporter of women empowerment. I've been on the board of a transitional living center for women in the past for several years, especially underserved communities. And I love what they're doing in terms of providing access, equitable access to healthcare, specifically in underserved communities. They're starting out with, birth control and medicines around those aspects, but eventually it seems as though they wish to expand that capacity and provide services. There's a pretty significant, I think it was 20 million was the number in the U.S. of underserved communities where women don't have easy access to telemedicine or healthcare. And so I was excited about what they're doing. And it's an example of how you can merge technology to provide better services that reach everyone in an equitable way. So really enjoyed it. If you missed that show, check it out on the website. You can gain some 30 minutes of exciting, encouraging understanding of what's going on in the marketplace to serve the underserved communities better. Let's go to the next one, which was from Craigslist to Inc. 500, revolutionizing shipping and logistics. That was with Brad Hollister and Jason Swanson of SwanLeap. This was on Wednesday morning, I believe. So it was an interesting show with Ram Ganesan. We talked about how COVID has really helped this particular business expand and provide more capabilities. They happen to be the number one Inc. 500 company on the Inc. 500 list right now. So they've had tremendous growth. And it's an example of what happens when you bring together industry experience with the right kind of smart technologists who can make it happen and put it together, which is a testament to basically Jason Swanson, who's the CTO there, in terms of actually seeing this vision that Brad had, bring it to life. So if you've missed that show, check it out. Great company in terms of their culture as well. I love their can-do attitude and the expectation they have on people to be doers, not just sitting around waiting to be told what to do, but to just go get it done. So interesting show.
And certainly not the only example of companies we've talked to this year who actually benefited or saw 2020 be a great year for them.
Exactly. All right, you guys take on the next one. Who's taking on AudioCardio?
That's me.
AudioCardio.
Yeah, we got to speak with Chris Ellis at AudioCardio, talking specifically about smartphones and the consumerism of health. So this was great. First of all, AudioCardio, it's not heart related, it's ear related, but it is a workout for your hearing. A great, I think, groundbreaking kind of interesting approach to helping people maintain the hearing that they have and even recuperate hearing that might have been lost. What I really appreciate about what AudioCardio is doing is what a lot of companies are doing, utilizing cell phones as a way to get healthcare available to people. And in a way that really beyond your cell phone, it doesn't require much. You can do this with a standard headset. And I thought the approach was really interesting, that it's a type of therapy, audio therapy, that can be done in a very unintrusive way, right? Where you don't even know that it's happening, right? You could be listening to these tones while you're washing your dishes or even while you're watching a television show. And so I thought it was really interesting. Again, I'm, power to the people. I think it's great. Another one of those companies that really enjoys people over profits, which coincidentally leads most of the time to more profit. So great what they're doing there at AudioCardio.
Yeah, well, in the case of the conversation we've had with Ariel Lopez from NAC.io, and as a former recruiter at NearSouth, now in Cora, one of the things that I found extremely interesting is to see this aspect of the recruiting process and how it can be facilitated in more ways than one by technology, like through AI and other and other tools and technologies that exist out there. But at the end, but as the conversation with Ariel made it clear, at least from my perspective, was that although the process can be facilitated, can make it easier for recruiters, for the companies, etc. But at the end of the day, there's just it became evident that it's just going to make the process easier. However, it'll never be a replacement for the actual the final steps of the process, which is actually an interview or a conversation with the real live human being. Yeah, and again, I think it makes it easier. Platforms like NAC.io just makes everybody's job easier, and that's sort of that. In the past, it was a lengthy process, like took weeks to complete. But now, due to these technologies and AI especially, you can kind of skim through all the non-relevant items, and then how that's going to make everybody's life in the recruiting world much more desirable than it used to be. So, and not to mention the fact that anything that has to do with finding the right talent, the right people with the right culture, well, if you put it all together, they're all great challenges. Okay, and finding the right tools to just make the process in general a little bit more streamlined. It's always going to be appreciated by the world of many more than one recruiters out there. So
the job seekers too. I think it was great what she was mentioning about how they're utilizing AI and technology to add diversity, to help. And I think her main point was still today with recruiting, a lot of it has to do with referrals and kind of who you know, and what this does is help cycle through thousands, hundreds, thousands of resumes and detect these really solid candidates that we might not otherwise be seeing, in part because of our own kind of biases, right? So I think it's really great how they approach that as well.
The thing that stood out the most for me on that is that the companies that, although they're getting 500 applications or more recently, don't underestimate the importance of following up with every single candidate who can also be a customer. You don't want to ruin that customer relationship during the interview process. And a lot of companies just don't get that and don't do that very well and create a bad experience and lose a customer for life. So don't do that. Just, adopt those principles. And I look at technology allows people to do better follow-ups. Okay, we're almost up on time. What do we got coming up this week, Carlos? You got like less than a minute. Jim
Berryhill tomorrow from Decision Link. Then Wednesday with Tara Youngblood at Cryo, and finally on Thursday we're going to be speaking with Suba Sethi from Synchrony. So we got a full week again, unless you have the early Wednesday info, Tulio. We don't have it yet.
No show for early Wednesday so far.
No show. Okay, so it's 3 shows. We got a full week still. So looking forward to all of them, and should be great shows as all of them.
See you all back tomorrow noon Pacific.
Tomorrow noon Pacific. Stay safe. Bye.